Scorpio, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your February shift reading. So we are looking at the shape you are shifting out of in February, the shape you are shifting into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like throughout the month. So, wow, already as I was sitting with your energy, the meditation that came through to me was intense and amazing, like you. I saw these two cards. Actually, I saw a scene that was essentially a combination of these two cards from the postcards from the liminal space. Because I saw you, Scorpio, standing, looking out at an expansive field of sunflowers. And I'm sure these two cards have something to do with it here, forgiven and imagining more. But you were just looking out at the field, just expansive fields of nothing but sunflowers. And I was like, okay, wow, this feels really powerful, really positive. And then I felt like I was hearing a song, or like a song was trying to come through me, but like I didn't know the tune, like I couldn't place it. All I heard was the lyrics, fields of, and I was like, fields of what? Like what song has that in it? And so I Googled lyrics, fields of, and Sting's Fields of Gold was the first song that came up, and I'm like, of course, the fields of sunflower, the fields of gold. And I'm like, holy shit. And so then I really felt led to play the song for you, at least a little portion of it. So I'm just gonna do it, and then I'm gonna read you the lyrics. So just like, first I'm gonna read you the lyrics. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun and his jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. See the west wind move like a lover so upon the fields of barley. Feel her body rise when you kiss her mouth among the fields of gold. And then the little bridge. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. That's, maybe just listen to that Sting song, because it came through for you here. Big time. Ooh, Scorpio. You know, the lyrics, the you know, will you stay with me? Will you be my love? You know, I promise you in the days we have left, we will walk in fields of gold. I mean, this just feels like this promise of love. And I'm reminded right now of one of the Scorpio readings I did a while back. I don't know, maybe September, August. It was like God's Promise, I think it was called. And it talked about the promise of new life after the flood in like the story of Noah's Ark. And here we have it again. I promise you in the days we have left, we will walk in fields of gold. And I'm just like, Scorpio. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to go to the slow holler deck here and get your shape shift. So what is the shape that Scorpio is shifting out of in February? What is the shape that Scorpio is shifting out of here in February? Oh, that's too many cards. Sorry, pal. Too many cards. But we got a lot of, we got the cards that did come out are like all about rigidity, shifting out of rigidity here. 7 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands in reverse, shifting out of a lack of movement and a holding on and a like feeling of rigidity. Okay, interesting. But let's get the card that needs to come here. What is the shape that Scorpio is shifting out of here in February. Y'all, you can't make it up. It's the cards that are meant to come out are the cards that are meant to come out. Four of Stones, Four of Pentacles. What I see in this card is being kind of tied up in knots, being bound, feeling tied to something. I'm drawn to like sitting on the bare bones of what you have, like clutching very tightly to what you have, even if it means not speaking. Because like this crow or this raven, I think it's a crow, can't speak if they're holding that pentacle in their mouth. There's something here about releasing a space that you have been in that is perhaps quite rigid and perhaps has left you feeling tied or feeling bound in some way. Unable to speak, unable to release something. I am really being drawn to this key, which I don't always care about in this deck. But I'm really looking at it for you, Scorpio. The key and the butterfly here. There's a little butterfly right there. You see? The key and the butterfly. The key to your transformation here. Okay, what is the shape that Scorpio is shifting into? The energy in this reading is so intense already. Okay. What is the energy that Scorpio is shifting into? The shape Scorpio is shifting into in February. Yeah, beautiful. 10 of Cups. Right out. Right out, baby. 10 of Cups. I mean, yeah, come on. Look at this sweet scene that we have here. It feels like a sweet scene. I'm seeing like, I'm imagining children playing in a pond, like playing in a puddle after the rain. Oh yeah. Okay. The flood, like the and I think your January small story was something about like rains after the drought. Scorpio, what the heck? Okay. There seems to be this puddle left over from the floods, from the rain, from something. And now I'm just imagining, you can't see them in the card, but I'm imagining children all like playing around this little body of water, like sailing ships and like, you know, playing drums. And there's all this stuff, like, you know, there's a balloon and a little plant. There's a teacup. Someone's pouring tea for two. Tea for two, Scorpio. Tea for two is never anything that has ever come from this card for me before. Tea for two. And the lyrics of that Sting song are like, will you stay with me? Will you be my love? I'm like, okay, is there a partnership in here in February for some folks? But okay, regardless, the 10 of Cups, let's describe the card, yeah? Okay, the 10 of Cups is all about like happiness and like emotional fulfillment. It's the 10. The cards move from 1 to 10. This is the pinnacle. This is the peak of what you imagine for yourself in terms of like emotional happiness, in terms of heart space, like what your heart wishes for and desires for. I swear to you, Scorpio, it's like if that has been something that has been kept from you, that you have felt somehow like rigid or isolated or unable to access that, it looks like you are massively shifting shape. Look at the shift. Dark card, all like black and gold, just an outline, like very dense energy. And look at the lightness. Just stark white, pop of red, little bit of gold. It's almost like the gold from this card is now just a puddle that you're all playing in. You know, it's like, oh, remember when everything was so bound up and rigid in the past, and now we're actually just like, all that's left, the only trace that's left of that bound up energy is just this little puddle. And you know what? We're playing in it now. We're using it to play like freaking kids, you know? The watering hole, the gathering place. Everybody gathering around now, Scorpio. In the name of like just happiness. Okay, what does this shape shift look and feel like for Scorpio in February? What's the journey from the Four of Pentacles to the Ten of Cups? Okay, one more. Great. What do we got? What do we got? Yeah, there's that Eight of Wands again. Ugh, so funny. The cards that are meant to come out are the cards that are meant to come out. Okay. Great. The Eight of Wands right at the center of the spread here. Let me just show you what we're working with. Seven of Cups, Eight of Wands, King of Swords, or in this deck, the Architect of Knives. Oof, there's that owl here for you. Feels major, major, big, big, big time, Scorpio. So essentially the journey from the Four of Pentacles here, it's like step one on this journey out of a very dense, rigid energy has to do with the Seven of Cups energy, which, as you can see in this card, is someone feeling incredibly emotionally overwhelmed, mentally, emotionally, just like everything is swirling. It's almost like, you know, the density of this energy is very similar. It's very matched. I'm seeing you just like stuck in one place, kind of tied, almost like tied to your couch. This person is like laying down, tied to this like horizontal position, just imagining all of the possibilities, good, bad, and ugly for your life, like your dreams, your hopes, your worst fears. They're all there and they're all swirling, and it's like, dang, I need a freaking pill, right? I need something. I can't deal with all of this. It's a lot of imagining, like it's so much mental, emotional work that I'm feeling in this card. It's like physically, you're not moving very much. There's like not a whole lot of physical movement here. Physically, you feel very stationary, very stuck, very, it's like your body is not moving, but everything else, your mind is just burning so many calories here, swirling in the what ifs and the imaginings and the fantasies and the what's real and what isn't, and which choice can I make, and can I make a choice? Is there even anything to do here? I mean, it's just like mental overload. And we move from the Seven, which to me is energy of like contemplation, energy of revision, review. You know, it's very like, I mean, it's very congruent with the upcoming Mercury retrograde, actually. Mercury is going retrograde in Pisces, which this card, I know it's, you know, astrologically, whatever, but it always feels like Pisces energy to me. Mercury is going retrograde through Pisces and Aquarius from like mid-February to mid-early March. And so this is what this feels like, this time of just like swirling and revision, revising, rethinking, reimagining, just really in the mind, really, really everything being up in the mind. And then it's like something breaks Scorpio. Also, I'm being drawn to all the scorpionic imagery in the Seven of Cups, which makes sense. Snakes galore. The skeleton representing death. The flowers also feel like death to me, like with the death and rebirth, and just like Scorpio. The moat around the castle. Like, there's so much scorpionic energy there. Okay, so then we move on to the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Branches. This is forward movement energy. I think this feels like the break that has been needing to happen to break through this density, because there's all this like dense, intense, physically stationary, static. This even looks like static in the background, doesn't it? Mental static, emotional static, everything is just like boom. And then all of the sudden, it's like breakthrough with this stark, bright card that's leading us to this other bright card, which is the Ten of Cups. And so this feels like a breakthrough energetically. The Eight of Wands is all about forward movement. It's all about some like incoming, especially this card, because it looks like this octopus is like coming in from nowhere, you know? It's like if this is a kind of like a void space that you've found yourself in, the octopus drops in and seems to be shedding some light here and offering, I'm just seeing this as helping hands. Helping hands coming in from maybe a higher source, a higher power here, coming in with the helping hands to move a situation along, to move your life along now, Scorpio, out of stasis. And it's like what needs to happen in order for it to move towards the Ten of Cups here in February is this King of Swords, this action. If you look very closely, essentially what's happening is this person is cloaked in the wisdom of the owl, which speaks to me of being able to see through the dark, having very keen sight, keen vision, strong wisdom. And like exacting, you know, like when the owl like lies in wait, barely moving. And then when it's ready for the prey, it's like, you know, and it goes with the claws and it snags it exactly. Okay, so there's something here about this exacting. There's a scalpel that this owl figure is holding, making an exact cut, the exact incision that must be made in order to roll up the past and put it behind you with these other stories. And it's like, it's interesting because essentially this owl is looking in the mirror and is ready to make the cut to put a version of themselves that is very much past behind them. I could feel this as you, Scorpio. I can also feel this as someone in your life. So take that how it resonates. It may resonate both. You know, you're both doing this. Making a very clear delineation of some sort in order to put the past behind. The King of Swords typically talks about expressing your truth. Okay, so there's clearly a moment of reflection where you can see clearly where you were unable to see clearly before because of whatever this is, this forward movement, this spiritual realization or incoming communication. Whatever this is that comes in, it bursts onto the scene with some serious light energy. It's shedding light in what was once a dark space so that you can see through the dark like the owl. You can see clearly to make the cut that needs to be made, you and or someone else in your life. And it seems to me that this cut is as beneficial for you as it is for everybody else. There's like a little hint of the collective here with the many, many owls. And then I see that here is like whatever this action is, this truth telling, this communication, telling the truth, being very honest with yourself and others, and making a clear decision, taking a clear action to move things forward. Once that enlightenment hits, then it's like, okay, let's play. Let's be together. Let's join at the watering hole, at the table, and feast in the happiness, in the innocence, in the joy that it is to be in community with one another. I promise you, in the days we have left, we will walk in fields of gold. That feels like a promise from someone to you, Scorpio. It does feel very romantic, perhaps, or very intimate relationship, close intimate relationship. It also feels like a promise from something higher. A promise from, I just saw 2222. Yeah. When I got chills all up the sides of my body. Scorpio, this is a promise. It's a promise. For whoever this is that I'm picking up on, and it won't be for everybody, but that is a promise. Okay. All right. There's something here also about just like light being shed in the darkness. It's like where there was light, suddenly we can see. Suddenly, a burst of light. And we're seeing that even with like, we'll walk in fields of gold. I saw, the sun is very much present in this card, imagining more, imagining happy sunny days. And then here we have the fields of gold, which is, for me, what came through the vision, the fields of sunflowers. Sunflowers, okay? The sun meaning like this 10 of cups, like the happy, the feelings of happiness and illumination and everything being out in the light of day, out in the open. Life suddenly feeling expansive instead of contractive. In contraction, now we move into expansion. The sun card is also Leo energy, right? In the tarot. That could be significant here. Oh my gosh. Scorpio. Okay. Amazing reading here to first half of the reading. So I'm going to take this into the second half of this reading now, which will be available through an extended reading on Patreon. Okay, we're going to take some clarifying cards from the Dark Exact deck and some other oracle decks and see if we can really dig into this energy, get some clarity on what's been keeping you in this dark, stagnant space. What is this incoming? What is this Eight of Wands that moves you forward and bursts light on the scene? What's the action and the truth, the action that must be taken, the truth that must be told, and what is this? What are these fields of gold? What are you moving towards here in February, Scorpio? So we're going to take some clarity on that. If that sounds like something that you would like to join me for, stick around. At the end of this reading, I'm going to put a little preview of that extended reading so that you can see if it's resonating with you. And if it continues to resonate, click the link in the description below, and that will take you over to Patreon. Patreon is a community that I've created for folks who have been resonating with my work, okay? And if that sounds like you, go over to Patreon, read the description that's there for you, and you can view that extended reading for the month of February over there. Okay, so if you have any questions about Patreon, feel free to reach out. All right, Scorpio, maybe I'll see you over there, maybe not. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching and being such strong supporters of my work here on this channel. I really appreciate it. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, it helps the channel grow. If you click like on this reading, if you subscribe to the channel, if you haven't already, I really appreciate it. Okay, Scorpio, all the love to you this February. I'll talk to you soon. This is the fully grown sunflower. By the way, it's labeled as card 22. And in your other reading, I saw 2222. 2222. Card 22. I'm just saying. Okay, so this is essentially the sunflower fully grown, having gone through so much life experience, gone through the entire journey of the major arcana, and has gotten to the end, which is the world card, which is Saturn, which is your karma is complete. Your soul's lessons are complete. They have been learned. Now you get to start a whole new beginning as a fully grown person. Now you get to bloom. And I think this is a new beginning for you and somebody else, Scorpio, because I've been feeling this love story the whole time, all the way from that Sting song. It's true though.